Hey y'all, I'm Allison Asarch from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Sean Fraser from the Ritzy Kids.
Hunters, this is Johnny from Rail Motor.
Hey, it's Shane from Blind Season.
Hey, it's Rob Stanier, and you can check out my music on all the streaming platforms.
Check out my latest music on all the streaming sites.
Check out my debut album on all streaming platforms.
Check out our new debut album.
Check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. And you're listening to our friends, Braggy and Curly.
My favorite bands from Australia.
My two favourite podcasters,
Braggy and Curly.
Braggy and Curly.
On the
Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.
Hey there, it's Curly here, and welcome to episode 80 of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. Once again, a big welcome to my co-host down there from the deep, cold south.
Oh, fuck, it's still fucking cold down here. Oh, man. I moved back down, Curly, you know, I've been doing it from the house. I moved back down to the studio down here and because I thought it was going into summer, but it's gone back to winter again.
Yeah,
So,
oh, well, it's nice
all right.
and warm up here in Queensland. And this week we've got a guest from Sydney. So first up, let's welcome Ben from Fuel2Fire. How are you, Ben?
Hi, how are you guys? I'm all right. A bit hot.
Oh, so Sydney's hot, Brisbane's hot, Adelaide's cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching the cricket just before. It looked like a lovely day in Sydney. So,
Oh, lovely but hot.
oh well.
Nice but hot.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Ben, tell us a little bit about Fuel2Fire.
Well, I started this band, I think it was back in 2012. And I thought I found the right members, but just didn't work out. And then I gave it up for a little while. You know, tried to start a cover band, a tribute band, but you know, I guess, you know, the universe was just telling me, you know what, keep going, you'll find these guys. So and then in 2019, I put an ad in Gumtree, and I found the lead guitarist and the drummer, and in 2020 we recorded our debut EP during the pandemic, so that was good.
Yeah.
At least we got that done.
There was a lot of shit going on like that during the pandemic, I guess.
Yeah.
And what about your singer? What about your singer? Did you find him at the same time, or?
No, Ben's the singer, aren't you?
Sorry. I thought we had the drummer on. You confused me, Curly.
No. The drummer's. Yeah, I don't know. He's not. He's not here.
Sorry,
so I don't
Ben.
know what happened to him. Yeah.
Okay.
That's all right.
So, mate, you must have been singing for a while.
I have.
Yeah.
I have. Man, I started in my first band when I was 17 back in 1990.
Okay.
Wow.
And I played at the youth rock competition.
Yeah. We've all done that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. The school youth rock, and yeah, you know, over the years I've just done some recordings. I went solo a little bit, but started a couple of bands. But I've basically been doing original bands.
That's the way.
Haven't really done any covers. So yeah, basically that's what I've been doing, and it's been a long, hard road.
Yeah.
You know, long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's it.
So what started your musical journey? What was that first moment, that first memory where you knew music was going to have an impact in your life?
Oh, easy. When I heard Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses. Yeah, that was my first vinyl record, and as soon as I heard Welcome to the Jungle, I said, I want to be a singer.
Yeah.
And I knew what genre too, so...
Wow, man.
And then I just started started singing along to the...
That's a hell of a task to set yourself to say, I'm going to sing like Axl.
Well, I didn't know at the time that I could sort of sing like that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, I just started singing Welcome to the Jungle and Sweet Child, and I'm like, what? Okay, great. There you go.
Wow,
I can
that's
sing.
cool. Yeah, because you've got the chops, man, on the voice. I love it. Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much. But yeah, that was my first. So it was Axl Rose that inspired me to be a singer.
Okay.
Yeah. And so do you play musical instruments as well, or are you just the vocals?
I'm the vocalist, I'm the songwriter, and I'm the manager of the band as well. And I play guitar as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So share a little bit about the other members in the band.
Okay. Yeah, well, we've got Clay, who's the lead guitarist, and we've got Paul, who's the drummer, Then we call him Grim. His name is Cornelius. We just call him Grim. And yeah,
I'd call him Grim too.
yeah, exactly. I know, isn't it? And then we've got the newest member. He joined a couple of months ago, Brett, the bass player.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
So
you go on.
no, that's all right. I'm finished. Yeah.
I was just gonna say. So you guys, 2017 was when you kind of were all as one, yeah? Or
2019.
2019. So that's not that's not long. And straight away, you had songs already written.
I had songs previously written.
Yeah.
I bring them to the band,
Yeah.
and we recorded those 2 songs, and they're on the debut EP. Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent.
But then we wrote, yeah.
Yeah, well, Curly, I reckon we should get straight into, because I love this first song we're going to play, Balls to the Wall.
All right.
And this, yeah.
Yeah,
We should
I
get straight
think
into that.
we see a little bit of the influences in this song, don't we? So let's put it on. This is Fuel to Fire with.
Normally, Curly, I'll write a couple of little things about what I think. All I've written on this is rock and roll is not dead.
I love that.
That is killer, man. No, I really like, because, I mean, I grew up with AC/DC and all those sort of influences I could hear in there. And I even just love the name, it's so Australian.
Balls to the wall.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck, it's great, yeah.
Yeah,
So-
I played that song to when you first reached out to have a chat with us, and I played it to some of the guys I work with, and I say, just tell me who you think it is. And as soon as those vocals hit, it's just, they say that's fucking Brian Johnson. That's yeah.
Whoa.
Oh, it's
Wow.
more. It's not quite. I
Wow.
don't think so. I'm hearing, because
Yeah.
I watched your live thing just before, and I'm hearing more David Coverdale there, which is just another
hello.
voice.
Hey,
that's,
guys, I'll take both of them.
yeah, I know
I'll take
you would.
both of them.
No, it's cool. So
So what's that song about? How did that come into reality?
Well, the lead guitarist, me and him, he does the music, I write the lyrics, as I said, we were saying before, and he came up with a riff, that opening riff, da 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 da,
Yeah.
da, and I just went, that's really cool, man. Come back with the whole song. and so he did, and that song's basically about just going for, just like, basically an adrenaline, a person just loves adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'll re-say that again. It's an adrenaline junkie.
Yeah.
yeah, so
Someone
someone's just going to
loves
go
to
for
live
it.
life on the edge.
Yeah.
Loves to live life on the edge. Yeah.
Yeah, we've added the song to the Unfiltered and Undiscovered playlist on Spotify, and I was sharing with Braggy on last week's episode that, you know, I just ran the London Marathon and I just listened to our playlist while I was doing it, and when Balls to the Wall came on, can I tell you, it just cannot help but give you that extra little bit of pep, you know.
That was the quickest mile, Curly, was it, that you did when that came on?
Well, I think I also stopped and started doing the old air guitar during it as well. So, but it's a cracker of a song, cracker voice. There's a lot to like about that. So
thank you so much.
So, Ben, that must go over well when you do it live. Do you do that early on in the set, or is that like a finisher?
We've got a finisher. It's called Long Live Rock and Roll, but that will be on our next EP. But no, that's our opening song. Is Balls to the Wall.
You hit him with it first.
Yeah, definitely. We did two gigs. One just on the weekend in Dapto, and that song goes off. That's always going to be our opening song.
Are you finding the gigs are coming back in Sydney?
Oh yeah. They are.
Okay.
Yeah, they definitely are.
Oh,
we opened up for a few metal bands, and we're like, oh well, we're not metal, but all right, we'll go on the bill.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And then
So how do you describe your music?
Oh, I would just say it's just basic hard rock.
Yeah.
Just hard
it's
rock.
Oz rock, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's definitely Oz rock. It's got that down guitar.
just basic.
Down
Down
strum.
strokes.
Yeah. That chunkiness to it. It is
like
such
that.
an Australian sound though, and it's funny, Ben. We have a lot of different bands on here, and a lot of rock bands, and they got influences, you know, all over the world. And it's my influence, but when they bring that across, it still sounds so Aussie. There's something about what you've grown up with and what you've heard, and just the venues, I guess, we play.
Right. And the thing is, like a lot of people say, like we've done some podcasts, and they say, you know, is AC/DC a big influence on you personally, me? And they're not actually.
Yeah.
But the guitarist, yes, but me, not so much.
Okay.
But my influences are varied. Soundgarden to Guns N' Roses to Nirvana and stuff like that.
Yeah, you're more of a 90s...
80s metal.
80s metal. Okay. Some Metallica
exactly.
stuff.
Yeah, exactly. But to be compared to AC/DC, well, hello.
Yeah. I'll take it. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take it. Yeah.
We'll put it
Yeah, absolutely.
And so is that all the songs written the same way? So you just have the lyrics, or does Paul come to you with the not Paul, he's the drummer. Does Clay come to you?
Clayton.
Clayton, does he come to you with the riffs all the time, or does it work any other way?
Well, no. Sometimes I write lyrics and I'll wake up at like 2 a.m. I'm like, oh my God, I've got an idea for a song, and I'll write it. And then I'll go, hey, Clay, I've got some lyrics, and he'll come up with music.
Okay.
You know? So, sometimes it works the other way.
Well, the lyrics, the balls to the wall, and that his riffs there really fit together well on that one. So
yeah, it does. It definitely does.
And do you find most of your lyrics come at 2:30 in the morning, or because I know?
No. I'll just get inspired with something, and something I'll hear or something I'll see on TV, and then I'll go, oh, well, that would make a good song, and then I'll start writing lyrics. Yeah.
And
it doesn't happen often that I wake up at 2 in the morning with the lyrics.
Yeah.
And I guess like most people, sometimes you'll get them all down in one go. Other times you struggle for a while.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that happened with Balls to the Wall. I wrote half the song in one day, and then the next day I wrote the rest of the song.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about the second song we're going to play. It's called Taken Too Soon. So obviously there's a story behind this one. Do you want to just share that before we put her on?
Oh, yeah. I wrote that song about 11 years ago. My mum passed away from cancer. Right. And it was a really tough time because I lost my dad when I was 8. So that was tough to...
Yeah.
But I didn't remember a lot of that. But we grew up with my mum, and then, you know, she passed away. And then lyrics just came to me. I said, and a lot of people have commented on that song and said, oh my God, I've lost this person, I've lost that person. Everyone's lost someone in their life that they feel has been taken too soon.
Yeah.
So I just started writing lyrics, and then I wrote the chorus, and I made up the guitar for it, and then so it's a very personal song to me.
And did it help? Like, we've had a few people on here that do music therapy and stuff, so that it helped with the whole healing thing, getting it out like that.
It did.
Yeah.
It absolutely did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it definitely did.
All right, so let's put it on. This is Taken Too Soon.
You were the strongest person that I've ever known. You always put our needs before your own. You are my angel guiding me through life. You are the reason I am the man I am today. You are my rock in a hard place. You are my shelter from the storm. You are the shoulder I would cry on when life coming down. There's no amount of thanks that I can give you for the sacrifices that you made for me. For so many years I've been blessed with you, and I'm thankful for every day I have with you. You are my rock in a hard place. You are my shelter from the storm. You are the shoulder I will cry on when life coming down.
You're listening to Braggy and Curly on the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.
It's a beautiful song, and you can almost visualize
Thank you.
the people in the audience with their cigarette lighters going.
Yeah. Thank you.
Actually, I can hear the Gunners. I can hear the Gunners in that one. Guns N' Roses in that one.
There you go. Thank you.
That's all right.
I'm glad you can.
Yeah. Just needs that big solo.
So,
Yeah.
so during during your set, where does that one get put in?
We did that. That comes in the middle of the set.
Yeah.
Basically, the middle of the set, pretty much the middle.
So you give the audience a bit of a break, and then you ramp
absolutely.
up towards the end.
Yes,
Yeah,
definitely,
cool.
definitely. Yeah.
Now, one thing that impresses me about bands of today is how they use social media, and you guys are all over it. You've got a fan group. So how would you describe your fans, Ben? What are they like?
Oh, well, they're great. They're just great. Like, and that's why I basically just call them the Fuel2Fire family.
Yeah.
Because we're just, even though we're the band, without them, and I've said this so many times before, without them, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very thankful for each and every one of them. Because, they're just one big, happy Fuel2Fire family.
Excellent. And what gave you the idea to create a group as opposed to a lot of bands just utilise the pages on Facebook? but you said, no, let's create a group. What was the reasoning behind that, just to help some of the other bands that may be listening?
Well, basically why I did that was because I wanted it to be more than just we're the band. You know, I wanted it to be like, we're the band, yes, we create the music, but you're a part of this as well.
Yeah.
You know, and that's why I created it that way, yeah.
Yeah, so that's a really good idea, isn't it? Everyone feels like they're part of the whole thing. It's a very clever.
Oh, yeah.
Clever idea.
Thank you.
Creation of a community as opposed to,
Yes.
hey, this is where we're playing. Because a lot of the band's pages out there tend to see it just becomes, hey, check this out on Spotify, or we're playing here.
Yeah.
So it becomes an information thing as opposed to an interaction thing. So
Yes.
Right, and I'm glad you mentioned that, because during the recording of the debut EP, I would do a live stream every single time we're in the studio.
okay.
Oh, cool.
So just to keep that interaction. So yeah, that's why I definitely did it that way.
So Ben, do you prefer playing live or do you prefer studio work?
Playing live. Playing live, definitely. I love it. I love it. Like, I love seeing the audience interaction, and even if I'm singing in front of 5 people, I'll still give you the same show as if I was singing in front of 20,000,
Yeah.
which hopefully that will happen very soon. I've got big dreams.
And the new EP, 4 songs or more?
Yeah,
Just-
the new EP,
yeah.
it'll be 5
5
songs.
songs. Okay.
5 songs, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we've got one that we're going to put on right now. So this is one of your closers, or from your recent set?
Yeah, we've done this in the last 2 gigs.
Okay.
If you're talking about Web of Lies,
Yes.
are you talking? Yeah.
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 So this is going on the next EP, but
Yes,
it's obviously
yeah,
part of the live. So this hopefully will give people a bit of an idea of what Fuel2Fire are like playing live. So
This next song is on our next debut EP. Sorry, it's going to be on our next EP. This song's called Web of the Lies. Thanks so much. Alright, man, first time here. This is a good fucking club, man.
Yeah, that was good. So was that a Dapto? That, like you said before, that one?
Yeah, that was at Dapto, yeah.
You get a good crowd out there?
We did. We got a pretty good crowd. I mean, I loved it. I was like, oh no, this is the last song. Well, not Web of Lies, but when we did the last song, I was like, no, I want to do some more. I want to do sing, you know. It's all good. It's all good. We'll be back there again next time.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the typical length of a Fuel to Fire set?
40 minutes.
Okay.
We did. We opened up both times. The past two gigs we opened up. There was a few bands on the bill.
Yeah.
And we were always the opening band, so which was good.
Yeah, excellent.
And then
excellent.
you know, and then we got a gig in Penrith, and we're headlining. So we got two support acts. So we're very happy about that.
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah.
Out in the heart of Sydney.
Exactly.
Out in the heart of Sydney for Aussie Rock. So,
yeah,
definitely, it's got to be the heart. No one, it's got to be.
And I'll give them a plug.
Champions.
It's the Sound Garden.
Okay.
It's called the Sound Garden.
Okay, cool. And that's in Penrith.
Yeah.
All right. So, what else is in the future for you guys?
Well, hopefully touring next year. Hopefully, fingers crossed. We'll see what happens. But definitely, hopefully by the end of this year or very early next year, we're going to go into the studio again and record our second EP.
Yeah.
Okay.
And just more live gigs.
And Ben, you just got to put them up on Spotify. You ever, like, there's a few bands we interview make vinyl, you know, because they just want to have the vinyl. So, you ever thought of doing that?
Maybe. No, I haven't, but I'm glad you mentioned it. Maybe, yeah. Yeah, maybe we'll do that, yeah. That'd be great, actually.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a cool
get the
thing.
little
I've done
needle
it a couple of times.
Put it on vinyl, get the needle back. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
That's it.
You cannot beat vinyl.
No,
so,
exactly. That's what I grew up on, is vinyl, so...
Yeah.
I remember annoying the hell out of my neighbours, and when Back in Black came out, and my brother, we both had stereos in our rooms, and our bedrooms were next door to each other, so I would put on Hell's Bells and he would put on Hell's Bells, and we'd both turn it up, and you could never get it quite synced, so it was always just that little bit.
That would have driven your mum insane.
No, it was our neighbour we were trying to drive insane. The old bloke who kept stealing our cricket balls every time we hit him over the fence. So.
Well, I've got a question then. Well, did he get his hearing checked after that?
No, I think we just annoyed him so much that it just became even worse. So, you know, we used to get a chance of getting the balls if we knocked them over, but anyway, it was just you can't beat vinyl. You cannot beat vinyl. So
I agree.
So for those people listening or watching us out there, Ben, where can people find you?
Well, you can find us all over Facebook. We've got a YouTube channel, just Fuel to Fire. We're on Instagram, Fuel to Fire Band, and we're on Spotify as well. Yeah, we're all over it. Got to be all over social media these days.
Absolutely.
And you do. And the new EP comes out when? When do you think that's going to be ready?
Well, like I said, we hope to record. I'd say we'd probably record it by the end of this year, and it'll be out very early next year. Yeah.
Okay.
Something to look forward to. Ben, it's been a pleasure having you.
Thank you.
On the podcast. We'll make sure those links are in the show notes so that people can follow you. We'll also put the link in for the fan group, because if anyone wants to join in and interact, I'm sure that they'll be able to follow the link in. You've got to be accepted, don't you? That you just don't take anyone, so exactly.
You
got to make sure the right people are coming in.
Exactly.
So that's episode 80 of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. Once again, Braggy, what a great show, great band. Really excited to see what happens with Fuel to Fire. Don't forget, for those people, our podcast is available on Apple, Spotify, Google, and seriously on just about every podcast platform. You can follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. We don't have a group, but maybe that's what we'll do, Braggy.
Maybe we
some
should.
fans together, maybe.
Just make sure when you go on Spotify, make sure you like the thing, make sure you follow the people. Don't just listen
absolutely.
To it. It's really important. Really important.
Our Unfiltered and Undiscovered playlist is on Spotify. We feature every artist we speak to or speak about. So get out there, love your live music, follow your favourite band. In the words of the brilliant poet Billy Bragg, start your own revolution and cut out the middleman. Thanks again to Ben from Fuel2Fire.
Thanks, Ben.
And until next week, it's farewell from me.
Farewell from me. What do we got next week, Curly? Do we know?
I have no idea. We'll work it out. But next week,
okay,
we'll be back.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you.
No worries. Thanks,
no
guys.
Worries.
Hey y'all, I'm Allison Asarch from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Sean Fraser from the Ritzy Kids.
Hunters, this is Johnny from Rail Motor.
Hey, it's Shane from Blind Season.
Hey, it's Rob Stanley here, and you can check out my music on all the streaming platforms.
Check out my latest music on all the streaming sites.
Check out my debut album on all streaming platforms.
Check out our new debut album.
Check us out on Spotify and Apple Music, and you're listening to our friends Braggy and Curly.
My favorite bands from Australia.
My two favourite podcasters,
Braggy and Curly.
Braggy and Curly
On the
Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.